Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, a little Anthony Joshua news. Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, who are fighting this weekend. I think it was August the 20th on the weekend, right? Hey, y'all. You know, it's going to be a good fight. It's a significant fight because it's for the unified heavyweight champion. That's 3 belts. The only other belt out there is a belt from Tyson Fury, which we don't know if he's going to give up or not, if he's retired or not. We don't listen to what Tyson Fury says, right? Let's see what happens if we get one winner out of this fight between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, and then we'll see what we'll do in terms of getting undisputed, right? I think either winner, if it's Usyk or Joshua, is going to want undisputed. Even Joshua, because I think that you know, it's better for Joshua that Tyson Fury has the title. I think Joshua fancies himself against Tyson Fury, and he didn't against Deontay Wilder. I think if Deontay Wilder had that title, would be some shenanigans again if it was Anthony Joshua. But with those 3 in the mix, I think everyone involved will probably want undisputed. To a lesser extent, Tyson Fury, but I think Tyson Fury is going to, cooler heads will prevail, and he's going to want to come and, you know, just have that undisputed fight because his wife said it's okay. You know, she wants him to retire, but undisputed, she'll deal with that. So when your wife even knows the significance of undisputed, then damn it, everybody should. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, when it comes to Anthony Joshua right now, man, you know, like I said in several videos now, we don't want to overdo it and have overkill and just make videos to be making them. But, you know, like I said, he's got to win this fight. It's very significant for him. You know, it's more so than Alexander Usyk. Like I said, to me, Alexander Usyk is already a legend. And he's the smaller guy here. You know, if he loses to Anthony Joshua, gets clipped, you know, it's not the end of the world for him. But Anthony Joshua, it's more significant. And, you know, a lot of people have Usyk going to win the fight, like Barry Jones, a very important British pundit. You know, he says that Usyk is going to win, even though he's going for Joshua. And Johnny Nelson, who is one of the most important pundits in England right now, Johnny Nelson, and before I say something else about Johnny Nelson, most of you young cats know him as a pundit, right? And, you know, we're getting on him because he said that Alexander Usyk is not that great, that he's beatable and everything. And people got on him about that, right? And what I'm trying to say is you might want to check out Johnny Nelson while he was fighting, okay? Because Johnny Nelson was in that time when you had the very eccentric British boxers, a la Chris Eubank Sr., Prince Nassim Hamed, those guys coming out being very, very flamboyant. Well, Johnny Nelson was the same way. And even his fighting style was awesome. Johnny Nelson was an awesome fighter. So maybe a lot of people don't really realize that. Go back and see if he can be, because I haven't even went to YouTube to see if he has any highlights or whatever. But you might want to check out Johnny Nelson if you just don't like him as a pundit or doesn't think he should be saying this and that. He was an awesome cruiserweight. And I'm pretty sure he fancies himself against Alexander Usyk. I'm pretty sure he does. And so that's probably why he gives those opinions, because he was a very, very good cruiserweight himself. I think we forget that because he's been boxing for about 20 years. But the guy was good. I remember him, right? He was damn good. So, and he just says this. He says if Anthony Joshua loses this fight, he's going to retire. And, you know, I feel different. Not differently. I feel the same pretty much. I'm not like 100%. But I just think that Anthony Joshua is not going to want to just be an also-ran. And that's what Johnny Nelson is saying. He just thinks that he's not going to want to be, you know, in the, fighting when he knows that there's somebody better than him. And Johnny Nelson was being pretty cool with this because Anthony Joshua is going to know that there's several fighters better than him. You see what I'm saying? So that's the point. We know, you know, the Deontay Wilder thing was suspect. I know British don't want to, you know, don't want to admit that, but you can't have a guy that weighs 30 pounds less than you calling you out and he has the only belt to become undisputed and you're charged, you know, saying that you should get 80% and stuff like that. But you could just say, hey, here's 50-50 because I'm going to knock this fool out, right? That was an option that could have, you know, happened. You know, Joshua should have wanted it more than Deontay Wilder because Joshua should have looked at it like, I got a skinny dude that I can just beat real quick and I could be undisputed. But that was never the attitude. So you know you have a Deontay Wilder issue, and he might be coming back. And if you lose to Usyk, you know, who's not a puncher, what do you think about the guys who knocked him out? You might mess around and Anthony Joshua might have to fight David Price or something. You know, David Price might come out of retirement and Anthony Joshua loses again. You see what I'm saying? Because David Price knocked him out in sparring. So he's going to fancy himself. It's the battle of no chins. Hard punchers, but no chins. We don't know who would win between Anthony Joshua and David Price if Anthony Joshua were to lose per knockout versus Usyk. So that's why it's not so outlandish that Anthony Joshua would retire after losing to Usyk. Like I said before, I'm not wishing this on the man, right? I don't like him because of the Deontay Wilder negotiations as a boxer. I like him as a person. He's cool. Joshua's cool. He's just anybody that gets in the way of Undisputed, I'm not going to like. You know, Canelo Alvarez getting in the way of Undisputed at 160 pounds and not fighting Demetrius Andrade, I don't like him. Now, if the press would say it like it is, like he's in the way of Undisputed, Demetrius Andrade is awesome because he has Canelo on shook. If that would be the narrative in the media, then I'll be like, well, Canelo's just not ready and that's okay. I'll be giving him excuses. But not if you call that guy the very best fighter in the whole world and then try to let him avoid people and then say he's still the best in the world. Same thing with Joshua. If we're going to say Anthony Joshua is the very best in the world, then he should be scaring everybody else from fighting him. And it's exactly the opposite. So whatever, we'll keep it close or keep it short, man. Bottom line is this. Anthony Joshua got to win this fight. If not, there's a good chance that he's going to retire, especially if he loses by KO. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.